Welcome to the Packaging School Show. I'm your host, Kevin Kegley, Creative Director at the Packaging School, and we're here today at our home office / dining room table. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. Well, just tell us where you are working at home these days. Are you at your dining room table, on the back porch? Do you have an office space? That would be really cool. I wanted to talk to you from my computer station here, and I want to talk to the graphic designers out there. Now, if you're not a graphic designer, please stay. Stay. You don't have to go anywhere. This will be fun and informative. Seriously, just don't go anywhere. Don't watch that Zach Galifianakis video. So as a guy that's designed numerous logos for people and companies over the years, I want to talk to you from the heart today. Talk to you from my own experience. So you're a graphic designer and your job is to create a logo. It's inevitable. It always happens. There's like a flyer, a trifold brochure, then somebody needs a logo. And it can be fun, but it can also be a bit overwhelming. Maybe you've been tasked to do that within your company for your product or for a new package line, I don't know, but it can be exciting and a little intimidating. So you get out the pencil, the paper, you sketch it again, make some final drafts, and then you set your sights on blowing the boss away. Like you just can't wait to show him or her the design that you've made and present it to him. But before you set out to impress with your final design, maybe even before you begin sketching, you should ask yourself this question: what's in a logo? Well, at first, nothing is in a logo. Absolutely nothing. It's actually just a design on a piece of paper or on a screen. It doesn't mean anything yet. Paul Rand said that a good logo provides the pleasure of recognition and the promise of meaning. Now, that promise of meaning doesn't happen immediately. Of course, it takes time. A logo means something only when it's been associated with a product or service or an organization over a period of time, and when hopefully that product, service, person, organization, or whoever has done a good job at being who they are. That is when a logo has real meaning. In 1971, Carolyn Davidson designed the Nike swoosh logo for $35. I think she gave them 5 designs, and at the time Phil Knight said, "I don't love it, but I think it will grow on me." You see, the Nike logo wasn't the Nike logo as you and I know it. It was actually just a swoosh on the page. There hadn't been enough time passed to fulfill the promise of that brand to associate it with that logo. So if you want a shot at making a logo that could have the same power as something like the swoosh, and assuming you already have some design chops, because if you don't, then maybe you should back up a few steps before proceeding here. But we've got 5 tips today for your next logo design. Number 1, make sure you know the message that you're trying to convey. Understand what you want people to know. That can definitely inform color, design, font, that kind of thing. Number 2, make the design simple. Make it simple. Your logo doesn't have to be cliche or literal, or if you're doing a logo for a plumber, it does not have to be made out of a wrench. I promise you, you don't have to do that. Number 3, keep it simple. I know it's the same as number 2, but I feel it's worth repeating. Number 4, trust that the quality of the person, organization, or service will give your design true meaning. That's why it's important to have buy-in with the people that you're going to be working with, or the people that you're working for, because that's actually a perfect marriage. Your design, their brand promise fulfillment coming together. That's when the logo is going to mean something. And number 5, make sure your logo is easy to reproduce, because you never know where your logo is going to end up. It could be on a billboard, it could be on a tractor trailer going down the road, but could also be on a SIM card. So your logo has to work ginormously, but even these days microscopically. That's really not microscopic. SIMs aren't microscopic, are they? Take our logo, for example, the Packaging School logo. We revised this a little while ago, and what you're looking at here is actually the evolution of how we got to where we are today. Over here, we tried to start off simple, just using some text, popped a little color in there, and we noticed putting .com here on the side, well, that kind of looks like an exclamation mark. So it kind of became an exclamation mark like this, but that was a little cliche, you know. And then after a while, Dr. Hurley came over and Drew Felty, co-founders of the Packaging School and Package Insight, they came over and they were literally standing behind me. And I don't know if as a designer you've been in this position where you're at your computer and you've got important people behind you saying, hey, try this, try that. But luckily we work very well together. So they were standing behind me, shouting out ideas, and I was just designing as fast as I could. We had a little scroll here, thinking like a certificate, scholarly things, but in the end, we just landed on something very, very simple. It describes who we are. We're a packaging school. We're the packaging school online, hence the .com, and we are currently fulfilling our promise of a premier online packaging education. So this logo is actually gaining meaning right now. It's very simple to reproduce. In fact, here are a few ways that we've had fun with the logo. Drew Felty asked if I'd put it on top of Amazon headquarters. Sure, why not? Here it is. It's on an astronaut helmet in outer space. Play with some themes here like sustainability, going green. Even slapped it into this little isometric grid here. Plain colors, one of our brand colors here. And then there was this time that we were really interested in like exploding colors, and so we put the Packaging School logo in different exploding colors. So we are fulfilling our brand promise right now. We've kept this logo simple. We know our goals. We're reproducing our logo in all kinds of ways. If you don't know who this guy is, you should look him up. Michael Bierut. He said that when it comes to creating your next logo, think of a logo as an empty vessel that has meaning poured into it. So as you approach your next project for your logo design, think of it that way. Don't get too caught up in trying to blow the bosses away or win an art show. Just make a good design and let the brand fulfill the promise and make the logo mean something. We'll see you next time.